little hard sometimes to rest, unwind. Holla if you're here because you want to leave your stress behind. Getting into overload, don't lose your flow. Holla if you're here because you wanna bury your sorrow in a vibe, honey. All of your troubles don't seem so amplified, 'cause inside we're brave. Can't take you over deeply, your appetite. Got to vibe, honey. We got the specialist beat secret supply. We put it down, and I'll be telling us, yeah. Spin another vibe, bro. We lift and light up. When the night ends, you'll be leaving on a high note. Get out, say hi, bud. Yeah. Spin another vibe, bro. We lift and light up. When the night ends, you'll be leaving on a high note. Get out, yeah. And you'll be singing, yeah. You'll be singing, yeah, in no time. Like I don't wanna go, like I don't wanna go home. And you'll be singing, you'll be singing, yeah. Get out, yeah. It's a little hard sometimes to feel the quiet. Holla if you're settling, we'll let it spin whenever tired. Getting into overload, don't lose your flow. Holla if you're here because you wanted us to take control with the vibe, honey. All of your troubles don't seem so amplified, 'cause inside we're brave. Can't take you over deeply, your appetite. That's a vibe, honey. We got the specialist beat secret supply. We put it down, and they'll be telling us, yeah. Spin another vibe, bro. We lift and light up. When the night ends, you'll be leaving on a high note. Get out, say hi, bud. Yeah. Spin another vibe, bro. We lift and light up. When the night ends, you'll be leaving on a high note. Get out, yeah. You'll be singing out, yeah, in no time. Like I don't wanna go home. You'll be singing, yeah. I don't wanna go.
Well, welcome in everybody to round one of the Kiwi Sim Racing Virtual Racing Aotearoa Short Track Series. And tonight we are live from Hickory Motor Speedway. Well, a couple of heat races ahead of us and a feature race. And as always on a Monday night, joining me in the comms box, we have Corey Kitchen. Corey, mate, welcome in to a bit of short track racing.
Yeah, something I'm not used to. Going around in circles, and it's not a long night. Well, it kind of could be with a couple of sprint races and then a feature. So what we're looking at, we've got two 60-lap races and a 160-lap race tonight.
Yeah, I know time, it's definitely time certain, so it's either going to be time or laps first. And from what I saw, two 15-minute heat races and follow that up with a 40-minute feature race. And I believe a invert is going to happen along that line. It's top 16 invert, and I can tell you at the moment, 14 cars currently, well, 13 have set a lap. Another one out there just set it now. So 14 cars set a lap, with John Warburton and Caleb Beecroft. Looks like they aren't in the server anymore, so it looks a smallish field for round one, but possibly could provide some pretty entertaining racing. When you look at those margins already between the top 10, there's pretty much nothing in it.
Yeah, no, it is very, very close. Even just, you look at it right down the whole field there, it's half a second. And that's not much. But yeah, so we might as well call it reverse grid. It's going to be reverse grid because there's, like no 17th there.
And I tell you
but yeah,
what,
the cars, they've got restricted fuel, so I'm guessing they're going to have to do a pit stop in the feature race.
yeah, that'll just spice it up a little bit, won't it? So, just wondering if we've got the right livery for Willie McLean. Surely we do. But yeah, looking through that field, a lot of regulars in there for the NSCAR series that I can see, and a few new names as well. Private qualifying out there at the moment for the drivers, so they can only see themselves on track, obviously.
Yeah, you got to keep some secrets.
Yeah,
You don't want to leave it. You don't have to leave it all out. Let it all out for the race.
Yeah.
We want to see some lid skids, don't we?
Oh, I'd get behind a lid skid for sure.
Every night.
Yeah, definitely. And well, short track racing, they definitely do provide the goods for the rollovers, that's for sure. Well, plenty of crashes, I know that much anyway, so.
I don't know about you, but whenever I think about oval racing, I think about that song by Cake, The Distance.
Well, yeah, some of these drivers will certainly be trying to go the distance tonight. I don't know how many of them will make it. We've seen a few errors made throughout practice while I was watching, plenty of cars going around, and I know I spoke to Kempy a bit earlier, and man, he said, well, this is going to be an absolute mission to get around the bumps in the track that upset the car through the corners. So it's a bit like Matt Pajerski's yarn about Pukekohe turn 1 bumps to me, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes tonight and how many people get caught out.
Is that Pukekohe, the horse racing track?
Yeah, that's the one, mate. That's all it's got now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sad, but it will be immortalised on the iRacing network at some point.
Yeah.
It probably won't be this next season, but good announcement there that the Gen 3 cars are going to be coming out on the service for this next season, which is about 20 days away, roughly.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I get the feeling that we could possibly see a few V8 series earlier on in the new year. We'll see what happens. Those new cars coming out, no doubt, are going to create a lot of interest between New Zealand and Australia, especially. So, yeah, be interesting.
Might have to have an inter-country battle with Australia, I reckon.
Yeah,
that might be something cool to look into.
Yeah, how good would that be? Well, just 30 seconds now remains in qualifying, and it is that man. We see it very often. Ewan Baker currently sits atop of the timing charts from Bryce Harding and Simmons. You see those names, Luke Dilworth, all standouts in the NSCAR Championship. Matt Pluck as well. Another one of those drivers that made that top 4 final race. And yeah, so plenty of experience throughout the field with the drivers. I'm going to say Caleb Beecroft and Warburton won't be joining us for this race. But field starting to get themselves sorted on the grid, so we'll get into our grid lineup for heat race number 1.
I'll let you do the grid, mate.
Yeah, forgot to change the title at the top, but maybe it will be full contact tonight. We'll see what happens. Ewan Baker and Bryce Harding a lineup on the front row. Out of row number 2, it'll be Xavier Simmons and Marcus Walker. Row 3, it'll be Luke Dilworth lining up next to Brady Stanley. Row number 4, it'll be Matt Pluck lining up next to Paul McKenzie. Row number 5, we'll see Michael Kemp lining up next to Josh Murdens. Out of row 6, Kyle Matthews will line up next to Craig Brock. Out of row number 7, Willie McClune will line up next to Corey Crossan, who's made a late-ditch effort to get in the server. And off the final row, we're going to have Ben Doherty and Brock Mackney.
Well, we got 16 cars, Brad, so there we go.
Yeah,
so
according to this,
oh, we got more.
According to that, we've got more, but I would dare say those blokes will not be part of this race, as that's the reason the hold up now. We're just waiting for our grids, and there you go. So Beecroft and Warburton will be non-starters for the first heat race. Welcome in to the stream, everyone. Hopefully we're coming across nice and clear for you.
Well, better be, hey.
Yeah, it's a bit late now if we're not, but just see if I can change that quickly. So cars in behind the pace truck, and the good thing is tonight, Corey, we're not going to see that thing out every 2 or 3 laps, because there are no yellows tonight and only one quick repair available for the drivers. As we are about to get underway, round 1 of the short track series is go, and Ewan Baker makes a beautiful start.
He has, he's got away pretty well.
The field in behind so far, looks like everyone off to a nice steady start as we drop those non-starters. Off the back, 16 cars starting the race. By the looks, Corey.
Yeah, well, a second sprint race, top 8 invert, so at least half the field will get a flip around.
Yeah, and that will spice things up, no doubt about that, as we've got a car around. Looks like Corey Crossan in trouble, and I tell you what, was the 98 of Kempy involved in that as well. Looks like Josh Murdens was involved. We'll see if we can pick up a replay here. Tell you what, we've got the Speed Nation and Sim Blacks. Some magic replay as we see the 98 of here, just Kempy here. Keep an eye on him. Bit of contact from the Kiwi Sim Racing car.
Oh, that'll have him fired up, and he's in their chat too, so I bet he's fired up over that.
Just see
if you got enough time to get back out there. You got a couple more races. Someone else.
Oh, there you go. So, the 42 of Josh Murdens poleaxed from behind. The 18 went around as well. So there you go. Early issues for a couple of drivers.
Yeah, and you'll see them drop a lap down too with the field, as you've seen in the replay, was coming back round already with only a 14-second lap around here. It's going to go pretty quickly.
Yeah, you're not wrong there. It's that 98 of Kempy. He'll be a bit hot under the helmet, no doubt about it. To get him to a bit of a rhythm, you can see here the leaders not far behind at all, contending with Corey Crossan at the moment.
Yeah, you don't want to give up that lap. He's not really going to get away, is he?
Yeah, especially now that there's no yellows. You can't get that lucky dog. So you just got to hold on. See,
muscle for rank.
Yeah, hopefully someone makes a mistake in those lead cars. That's what you're best hoping for. Looks like Simmons now working his way onto the back of the 34. Simmons, he had a brilliant season in that NSCAR Championship, made the final 4. see.
Cup champion too.
Yeah, he's been in a bit of a hot form lately, hasn't he? So see if this transfers tonight to the short track series. See Bryce Harding. He's just in behind Simmons at the moment.
Yeah, it's good. Get rowdy. Come on, guys.
Yeah, the old chat's pretty quiet tonight. No one tuning in. There's 4 people sitting there watching, but yeah, out the back of Simmons at the moment. Looking back to Bryce Harding. Having a bit of attention from Luke Dilworth at the moment. And there you go, the shot to the race leader here, Simmons. Plenty of pressure.
Yeah, it wouldn't be Monday night without these two battling somewhere near the front.
Yeah, they've been pretty hard to separate lately, these two. But, putting on a show. Tell you what, it's getting warm.
Oh, it's freezing down here. You want to try living in the South Island?
Mate, all I hear is that it's just sunshine and hot weather down there.
Yeah, sunshine, rainbows and lollipops.
Oh, good stuff. Yeah, I love a bit of cold weather, so I'd go down quite well down there, I reckon. Watch the 51 of Matt Pluck.
Yep, South Islander. Matt Pluck.
Yeah. Out of Christchurch. The shaky city.
Yes, my former home. Very shaky city. Well, not so shaky now, but it has been.
Back here, Brady Stanley. In that 5.43. Let's see what he can do on these late models. First time I've actually seen some late model racing on iRacing.
Yeah, no, I've always heard they're a cool car. I know Matt Pluck has tried to convince me to run them for one of our Virtual Motorsport Enduro races. It didn't happen. I hear they're quite fun at Sandown. Late models at Sandown was something he was pushing.
Oh yeah. Shit, I don't know. I know some of the ideas that Matt comes up with. Last couple of endurance rounds have been absolutely pouring down. I mean, I get behind that in the comms box, but those drivers out there, absolutely.
Yeah, that
struggling.
rain beat you down.
Yeah. And Willie McClune here sits back at P8 at the moment.
Yeah, he must be up a few because he did start near the back of the grid, didn't he?
There you go, they're up 5 spots. Kyle Matthews up 4, Doherty and Mackney up 3, and Matt Pluck up a couple since the start of the race. Actually get that up on the screen for you. That's how the field has moved at the moment. Merton's the biggest faller, down 6 spots. Caught up in that earlier incident. So yeah, Marcus Walker. Some pressure on. Tony Stewart's innocent. Oh, classic. Craig Brock side by side at the moment with Mackenzie. Tell you what. What was
I'm
that?
surprised there's nobody out there with a MAGA hat on.
Yeah, yeah, how good would that be? Oh, that'd be great.
You'd get behind that and a lid skid.
There you go.
Bit of rain.
Speaking of Tony Stewart, that's a familiar paint job, number 14 as well. Someone hit something, you're not wrong. You're not wrong there. Mr. Kmart in the chat. Tell you what,
Xavier's got to the front.
oh yes, he has too. We've missed that all. Check that out. Oh, a bit of a battle still going. Simmons looking to clear him. Can he get it done?
Yeah, just try and keep it too wide.
Bit of contact with the fence too, get him behind that. Rubbing the wall, here goes Baker, looking to throw it up the inside. Looking for some space, can't quite get it done.
Must have been close. Yeah, lap car there.
speaking of hitting something, round 3 of the full contact mini stock series this Sunday night. Should be an absolute another humdinger of a night. I-55, the track, nice tight bull ring. Tell you what, we'll definitely get some lid skids there, Corey.
I'll be tuning in, Brad, definitely.
Should be a ripper night's race. Of course, tomorrow night, Kiwi Sim Racing hosts the mini stocks at South Boston, 120 lap race. So should be another interesting night there on the ovals and in the mini stocks. They should.
Yeah, they look like a bit of fun.
Yeah, they should provide some good racing, the old tarmac ones. All free
I wonder what they would
contact.
go like.
All free content for the next 4 weeks at Kiwi Sim Racing.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah,
Yeah.
free content's always excellent.
Yep, you're not wrong there. And then, because tomorrow night we go to South Boston and the mini stocks. The following week we go a bit of dirt rally racing or something, I believe, at the Daytona tracks. Daytona Dirt.
Like rallycross.
Yeah, a bit of rallycross racing, I believe.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah. So some pretty cool events coming up over at Kiwi Sim Racing.
I'm always busy on Tuesdays.
Yeah. And then round 4 we head to Lanier, I believe, and they'll be doing a bit of dirt racing in the winged. What are they, micros or whatever they were that got released not long ago?
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, a lot of Speedway going on. And speaking of Speedway, Brad, I was sad to see yesterday the passing of Dave Shaw, aka Petrol Fumes.
Yep.
I can tell you I had the pleasure of hanging out with him on quite a few Sunday nights doing Wreckfest, Virtual Motorsport, and last night I think we had about 8 or 10 of us all got together and had a punt for Dave. So you're thinking of Dave's family and friends, his partner Nicola, I think her name is.
Yep.
Yeah, so thinking of them at this time anyway. So yeah, real sad news. So a very cool, easy-going man, and yeah.
Yeah, certainly is. It was a bit of a shock to hear the news on Sunday. I think all the boys were at Huntley on Saturday night, and we're just talking to him in the pits and everything. So yeah, a bit of a shock to hear that.
Yeah, he got his video out, didn't he? So
certainly done a lot for racing, not just Speedway, but all sorts of racing off-roaders. Racing across the ditch and all that. So going to be a big loss to the motorsport scene, no doubt about that. Tell you what, Simmons starting to clear out a bit here from Baker. As we see,
he's under a bit of pressure.
Kempy's getting amongst it in 13th at the moment, just letting the field go through. Making them work for it though. As Macney's down pit lane. Oh jeez, Kempy! Well, that was huge. Absolutely smoked the pit gate. And I tell you what, that'll probably see the 98 retired. We shall see. Kempy, a huge shot to the fence.
Yeah, 3 minutes to go. How many laps are we up to?
I can bring that up for you. 50 of 60. So
10. We'll get there on laps.
yeah, okay. Well, we'll run laps to go. 11 laps to go in this one. What are they? 14-second laps.
Yeah.
It's gonna
3 minutes, so we'll get that out surely.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty close. It is Simmons still leading the way from Baker. Dilworth now making his way up to third and putting pressure on the 34, looking for a way past. See Harding in the background. And that's 79 as well, putting the pressure on. Matt Pluck now joins the battle. And this is on towards the end of this heat race. Just throwing that invert. This guy's going to have a bit of work to do in heat race number 2.
I love the inverts. It always adds a little bit of spiciness to it, doesn't it? You know, make the winner of the last race start in the middle of the pack.
Yeah, too right. Too right. Simmons, though, clearing out 1.3 second lead. Kempe down pit lane. I believe he's back out on the track. There's 6 laps down, as well as Josh Mertens. Baker on the outside here, under pressure, just 6 laps, 5 laps to go. And they got this just about down to perfection. Excuse me.
You and Baker gone a little bit backwards there, back into 4th spot now with Luke Gilworth and Bryce Harding both getting around over the last couple of laps. And
Contact!
We've got a front runner.
Zach McKenzie turned around out in the fence. And trying to
Matt
pick
Pluck,
up.
was it?
Yeah, Matt Pluck possibly. And Paul McKenzie, both of them involved there. Do have a replay, but only 3 laps to go. Simmons leads it from Dilworth, Harding in 3rd, Baker in 4th. Yeah, Pluck has dropped back to P11. Still out on the circuit. I believe Paul McKenzie was the one that took the hit, though, I think. They both went pretty straight, to be fair. Last lap.
Yeah. Xavier Simmons keeps his Monday night run alive.
Yeah, it does it. Takes the checkers. Gets it done from Dilworth. Bryce Harding brings it home in P3. As, they get into each other at the end of that one. Gotta love it. We'll get these results up if I can. Here we go. Let's get those on your screen quickly. Top 10 right there as the cars gridding up for heat race number 2. Remainder of those finishes. Kempe got it back to 14th in the end. Mertens, Mackney down a lot of laps. I think Brock Mackney has now departed us as well. We'll get your grids up. Heat race number 2. Same distance. Is it going to let us?
Yep, run it back, but just, yeah, reverse top 8. So
This will be the B main, yeah? There we go. So it'll be Craig Brock and Willie McClune who will line up on the front row. Out of row 2, Brady Stanley and Kyle Matthews. Row 3, it'll be Ewan Baker and Bryce Harding. Row number 4, Luke Dilworth will line up next to Simmons with that invert. Out of row 5, Marcus Walker lines up next to Ben Doherty. Row 6, we'll see Matt Pluck lining up next to Corey Crossan. Row number 7, Paul McKenzie lines up next to Michael Kemp. Row 8, we'll see Josh Mertens, and I believe Brock Mackney will be a non-starter for heat race number 2. 15 cars set to take the green flag.
well, that means the car at the back's got no mate, so he's just going to have to just stick it in there. I guess that gives him maybe get a good run. He's sitting a bit far back there, that final car, that Josh Mertens, yes it is.
It's actually Michael Kemp, so I don't know what's happened there. Have we lost? Possibly lost someone. Oh well, meantime, Willie McClune out front. Leads it out, heat race number 2. We'll call it the B main, 60 laps ahead, but the lap times certainly not much to a lap around Hickory Motor Speedway. It's McClune, Craig Brock. Look at Ewan Baker already. Oh, he's around! Commentator's curse, and he has dropped all the way to the rear of the field. And he is going to have to get a move on.
Yeah, you're going to struggle getting back from there, as we see the field flying around behind him now with some momentum.
Yeah, not wrong. It is not going to take long at all for these leaders to catch. Dilworth now up to P2, just like that. Round up the inside of Matthews. Harding is following him through. How good do these cars sound?
They do, they actually sound pretty good. Like, I can only hear what you guys can hear on the stream too tonight, so me just using Discord to stream is a bit new for me, but I'm doing my best.
Got it nailed, mate. Short track racing. Nice,
yeah, well, it's pretty new to me. I enjoy going right as well.
Yeah. Tell you what, someone not running a transponder out there, Brady Stanley by the looks. Currently sits P14. And that bright pink car.
Oh yeah, what's going on there? He's invisible
machine,
to us.
It's a bit like Doherty's, and must have got a bit of inspiration from Doherty's NASCAR perhaps, in the NASCAR Championship. The Pink Panther. Well, Dilworth.
Yeah, that little touch on the wall just sort of gave Willie a...
What is going on there?
He was part of the way to the roof, but yeah.
Oh, is that Simmons? Simmons been involved in an incident.
Oh no.
Well, let's see.
He's in the pit, so something bad has happened there.
Let's bring up the replay. A bit more time to show replays tonight. See what's happened to the 11 of Simmons. Having a bit of a battle with Doherty. Oh, gets into the back of him, turns him around. Oh, just big contact with the pit wall there. Oh, there you go. Puts it up on two wheels for a bit of a show. And Simmons down pit lane. Well, that was pretty close to going over. Corey, not quite.
Yep, got part of the way there. I mean, come on guys, put a little bit more effort in.
Yeah, absolutely send it next time. So that'll see Doherty back out onto the track, and it is costly, isn't it? 3 laps down, just like that. Now a couple of cars not running transponders. What is going on? Brady Stanley in 11th and Brock Mackney back in P15. Tell you what.
Definitely makes things interesting, doesn't it? Having invisible people out there.
Yeah, these fast lane cars scamming us. Baker's going all right at the moment. Back up to 12th, still holding on to that lead lap. It is Willie McClune leading it out from Luke Dilworth. These two spent just about the whole NASCAR season going at it.
Yeah, I was just going to say, after watching a few NASCAR races this season, probably the top 3 names are names that I was familiar seeing somewhere near the front.
Yep, yeah, absolutely, all part of the Sigma Sim Sports stables. An absolute force when it comes to the oval racing, and I tell you what, Bryce Harding shown he can do it on in all forms of racing. Currently leading the mini stock series after 2 rounds.
I can't wait to come and have a wild card for that last round. So look out for my pink car. It's coming.
Absolutely send it. And already a third of the way through this B main. 20 in the books. Willie McClune and Luke Dilworth going at it. You'd love to see it.
We touch on the wall there, and that's
that is cost him.
A bit of trouble.
And I tell you what, he's done a Michael Kemp, centre into the tyres.
It shows how easily the race can just end.
Just like that. Speaking of Kempy, up to 5th now. He's having a much better run this time. Of course, got turned around in early stages of the first heat race. But this time, I would say he's going to go close to your biggest mover. He is, in fact, up 9 spots. And back to Clark, up 8. Murden's up 7. Dilworth up 6. Corey Crossan up 5. And you can see him just in the background there behind Craig Brock. Gets up the inside. And it's going to take that position away. Now moves up into P6 and has Kempy in the radar. Dilworth cleared out from Harding, 1.3 second lead. We saw Willie McClune fall by the wayside down pit lane at the moment. That could be race over possibly. I think he's back out on track in fact, so 5 laps down is what a run into the tyres cost you. He goes Crossan up the inside of the 98, has a big look, throws it up there and is going to get it done. Distracted by the kids.
Yeah, so I remember a top 16 invert for the final race with only being 16 cars in there. It's going to make that a full reverse grid. So at least Xavier might get back out on track. And do you have to classify to become 16th, or does Xavier start the next race?
Oh, I would say I'd say he'll be off the front, surely. Should get the front row. Of course, if you are wanting to get into the short track series, still another 5 rounds to go. Get yourself amongst either Kiwi Sim Racing or Virtual Racing Aotearoa leagues. And, that is your ticket to seeing the hosted session when it goes up on a Monday night. You have to be a part of those 2 communities to be able to race in it. But it'd be good to get a few more cars out there amongst it.
Yeah, Kern Raceway, Bristol Motor Speedway, Southern National, Five Flag Speedway, and Martinville are your rounds. So next week, Kern Raceway. I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, neither do I, to be fair. I do know one track that you listed off, and that was Satansville. And spent.
Well, Bristol Motor Speedway, everybody knows that one.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good track, but yeah, Martinsville, Satansville, mate.
Satan.
I think I've spent more times calling a race under yellow there than we have been green flag racing, but of course no yellows in the series is going to save us from sitting through caution laps.
Oh, that sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Caution laps do sound pretty boring.
Oh, yes.
But it does give you some time to go look back at what caused it, I guess, and yeah. I mean, if we were Americans, we'd put some ads on, wouldn't we?
Yeah, just run an ad break while the racing's happening.
Yeah, make some money.
So Pluck having a bit of a better run this time, up to 3rd now. And this one.
Something happened to Kyle Matthews. He was running in 4th. He's dropped down to 7th.
He's fallen back a little bit.
He did have a bit of a gap, but he was in front of Kempy. But yeah, Corey Crossan's managed to get around Kyle and Kempy, Craig Brock as well.
So Josh Murden's running in the 42 there. He's having a much better run this time as well. Currently sits P8. Just looking at that margin back to Baker, 9.3 seconds. It's been sitting around that 9-second margin since he turned it around. So nothing gained, nothing lost just at the moment. Those cars look unstable through the bumps, don't they?
Yeah, they're bumping around. Must be a handful to drive.
Yeah, give the old arms a workout if you're on a direct drive wheel, no doubt about that.
Kyle Matthews going a bit wide there. Josh Merton stays there, he's going to get this position, isn't he?
Looks like he is. Paul McKenzie's going to look to follow him through as well. McKenzie currently sits P9. Stanley back in 10th. Give that to Doherty. No, sorry, Doherty's down in 14th. He is 6 laps down. So Ewan Baker, the last car on the lead lap. Dilworth holds around 3/4 of a second lead over Bryce Harding at the moment. Harding actually looks like he could be cutting into that lead a little bit. Matt Pluck got a bit of traffic to deal with, and William McLean. It's crazy how fast the laps count down. Already 46 laps in.
Yeah, 160 laps for the last race. That's probably going to take a little bit longer.
Oh yeah, Simmons back in 16th is going to be off the front row. Down 38 laps in this race. He's only done 9 laps. Oh boy. That margin's still coming down between the leaders though. It's down to half a second now between Dilworth and Harding. Can Harding reel them in? These guys entered the server fairly late and didn't take them long to get on the pace at all.
Natural spread.
Yeah. It's like no lap traffic for a bit for Dilworth. So in theory should be a straightforward run to the finish line. As we know, short track racing can throw anything at you. See,
Not a yellow, not today anyway.
Yeah, no yellows today. It's about the only thing it's not going to throw at us. We almost got a lid skid in heat race number 1. Heat race number 2, it's been a wee bit cleaner. This battle's still going on. How good is that? Matthews into the wall a little bit. It's going to open up the door for Mackenzie, who's going to take that position away. Moves up to P9. Matthews back to 10th now.
A bit of a gap back to Ewan Baker there at the moment, who's an 11th there.
I'll tell you what, Brady Stanley still, they didn't sort that transponder out between races.
But Ewan Baker must be just in front of the leaders somewhere, not too far off.
There we go, there's Baker there. So he's actually, yeah, well, is he a lap down? Nah.
No, he's just on the cusp, so 14-second lap, so they're about 1.2
Oh, there you go.
behind him roughly. There we
There's
go.
Dilworth right there. You can see Baker there. So Baker lost a bit of ground in the last couple of laps.
Yeah, a bit of a touch on the wall there, getting out of the way of those lead cars.
Well, just a few laps to go now. I'm going to say we're going to make it on time easy. Minute 10 left and only 3 laps. 4 laps to go on this one. Second heat race of the night. Next one, the big feature. We'll go 160 laps. Around Hickory, a full invert will see Dilworth off the very back row for that one. Harding will line up next to him. That's if Harding doesn't pull off a last minute pass here.
Yeah, run around the wall, full speed.
Just send it to Ross Chastain.
Yeah, didn't it happen last week as well? Someone
Yeah,
else did?
yeah, Christopher Bell
Yeah, and that got him into the
into the playoffs.
yeah. Here we go.
Oh, Dilworth! Dilworth and Harding, absolutely nothing between them. It sends him after the flag, says, here you go, take that. Oh! We got one over.
Oh, he's back on his wheel. Disappointed.
Entertainment, I tell you.
Oh, my arms were in the air then. I was hoping that was going to be a let's get in. Boom, there it goes. It's dark.
Oh, there we go. We got a 5-minute warm-up now, so what I am going to do while we have this quick break is restart this timing, see if we can get Brady Stanley and someone else to show up.
Yeah, hopefully someone gets out there and does a bit of an expression session. Should have a 5-minute all-in, just bash up, just to get all that frustration out. Anybody that you feel got in your way that race, you know, you should be allowed to go out there and just full send it.
Bit of a pit lane derby or something, I'd get behind that. See Corey crossing, looks like out there having a few laps.
'63 with the chromies on.
Anyone waiting in the wings? Anybody? Oh, look at that! Simmons is here. We'll drag him in. We'll have a yarn to him. Xavier, mate. The first race started all right for you, but that one, boy. If you're there.
Yeah.
Yep, you're there.
Yeah, no, that first race was good. Once I got past you, and I knew I needed to pull a bit of a gap because I had a feeling that Luke and Bryce had saved their tyres a bit for the end. So, yeah, it worked out all right. Yeah, race 2, we'll just forget about it and try again.
I guess if there's any consolation, it means you're off the front row for the feature race.
Yeah, I guess that's true, and we'll have to see how we go. Starting off the front,
you knew that though, didn't you?
Oh, look! Once I towed to the pit and I saw that, I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm not going back out." So,
fair call. But I tell you what, this short track racing, I'll tell you what, you take away the cautions and it's not too bad.
Yeah, it's pretty hectic in the car too. The car's pretty tough to drive. So,
I was thinking that we were watching an in-car of somebody, and I was just thinking to myself, God, that just looks like hard work.
And honestly, you're just going around in circles so fast, you're going to get lost on where you are on the track a little bit. So, yeah, 160 laps is going to be a bit of a long one, and obviously a pit stop in there, and yeah, we'll have to just sort of work out what kind of strategy. I don't really know how bad the tyres are getting, but might take 2, might take 4. I'm not too sure yet.
That was the question I was going to ask you, Xavier, whether tyres were going to be an option or not. But I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, well, it's kind of hard to tell. 160 laps, you'd be pretty pushed to try and make a whole set. So
yeah, true that.
I'll probably at least take 2, maybe 4. So well, we'll see.
Yeah, awesome. Well, it looks like Matt Pluck's waiting in the wings, Xavier. So, mate, cheers for coming in for a chat and yeah, see what happens in the big feature race, and nice front row start for you.
Yeah, no, cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Hopefully, Brad, you don't give him the old commentator's curse.
Oh, high chance. But well, Matt Pluck, mate, I believe one of the heads behind this series, short track racing, mate. And I was just saying to Xavier, it's not too bad when you take out the yellows.
No, it's got quite a nice flow on, and you just keep on rolling around, so it's quite good. I managed to avoid the big one happened behind me in that last race, luckily. I was the big one in the first race. So it was nice.
Yeah, you got to get amongst it though. I guess it's got to be done. But a bit of a smaller field for round 1. But you're saying it's probably worked out to be quite a decent field for the first round, and being on a small track, yeah, not too bad.
Yeah, fuck, if you had 30 cars, you'd be fucking proud of it. You know, like, yeah, look, this thing's given thing away with God. You know, it would be nice to have a few more, but like, mid-20s I think would be ideal, but 16's still a good number, and then the racing is, from what I've been pretty good.
Yeah.
Throughout the field and that so far, and we've got essentially a full invert grid for this next one too, to spice it up for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, still another 5 rounds to go, so if you are watching, wanting to get amongst it, yeah, make sure you're part of the Kiwi Sim Racing community, or the virtual racing Aotearoa community. That's about it in a nutshell, isn't it, Matt?
Yeah, as long as you're as long as you're a member of one of those communities, you can get access to the service. So still open, obviously, but we're undersubscribed at the moment. So if you want to come along, be sure to join in.
Yeah, too right. Well, that looks like time starting to run down on that warm-up. Not quite sure where you're going to be starting in the next one, but I'm
yeah, I'll be
down the rear.
Down the back somewhere. A bit concerning, I got Kempe right in front of me. He got like fucking 5th in that last race.
Yeah.
So, we'll see what happens.
He also had the reverse experience for the first race, though. He went full noise into some tyres and stopped him in a hurry.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Test him out.
It may have been a KSR car that sent him there, too.
Wasn't me, I don't think.
Oh, you must have heard because he was in your Discord, and I thought maybe he might have said something there.
Not yet.
Good
Oh, looks like
stuff.
we're gritting, boys.
Yep.
I'll catch us at the end.
Yep, sweet as Chismet.
Oh, there we go. There's Barry in the old pace truck, all
All
ready
right.
to lead these guys off. Old Bazza.
Let's get these grids up for the feature race. Corey, get them on your screen. Here we go. Out of row number 1, it's going to be Xavier Simmons lining up next to Marcus Walker. Row number 2, we'll see Ben Doherty lining up next to Brock Mackney. Row 3, go back to Willie McClune and Ewan Baker. Row number 4, we'll see Kyle Matthews lining up next to Paul McKenzie. Row number 5, it'll be Brady Stanley lining up next to Josh Murdens. Row 6, we'll see Craig Brock and Michael Kemp. Row number 7, Corey Crossan lines up next to Matt Clark. Out of the final row, it will be Bryce Harding and Luke Dilworth. It's the field. A roll around their formation lap. We'll get going in the feature race.
Yeah, 160 14-second laps are about to happen.
And they will go by fast. Simmons gets a nice jump, goes straight into the lead. So yeah, we've heard them speaking about tyres, the fact they are going to need fuel as well. So let's keep an eye on strategies.
Well, we've seen the field get pretty spread out, so we can see some different strategies from different drivers. Maybe if you're at the back, maybe getting in and getting that tyre change done early, and I don't know, there's going to be no undercut happen on a 14-second lap.
Yeah, no, not at all. But of course, when you do come down pit lane, you will go laps down, but that'll obviously all be sorted once the other guys go through pit lane. And 160 laps. Daunting for the drivers. And some would say the commentators as well, but let's see how it all unfolds. Early stages though, Simmons leading it out from Doherty. I don't know why. Oh, yeah, that'll be right. It's all up the wazoo on my other screen.
I thought you were going to pull up the wires there.
No, don't be silly. I hear could be another New Zealand team.
Yeah, I think there's been 3 bids really put in, and they're all backed by some pretty well-known names, with Graham Lowe being one of them, Frank Endicott another. Yeah, I feel like the South Island is, I'm not too sure, Orcas, I don't know. Canterbury down here has always been the Bulls, so Canterbury Bulls would be the best one to go with, I reckon.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see whether it's successful, and no doubt they'll be more consistent than the Warriors, so it's not hard to do.
You got to stop on that, hey mate. It's the off season. It's the off season. It's our year next year, bro. It's our year.
Just preparing you for next year, mate. That's all.
Mate, you can't prepare me for it. You don't know what's going to happen. Anything.
Well,
and I've been saying that for 30 years almost. So.
Yeah. It's their year, isn't it? I think that's the
what
standard saying.
Next year's our year.
Yeah, or the one after.
It's going to happen at some point, and I am going to be absolutely over the moon. But to be fair, if the South Island team turns up, I'm going to jump on that bandwagon, because my reasoning for originally jumping on the Warriors bandwagon when they started was, yay, we've got a team in New Zealand. So they got my support.
Yeah.
Before then, I was a North Sydney Bears fan.
Oh, yep.
Boy, I guess I was back then. But yeah, league's been running through my blood since I was very young.
Nice.
Anyway, we'll watch some Racing. KSR, VRA.
Yeah, tell you
Last
what,
hit out of the year.
yeah, well, the year's certainly starting to wind down. Series wrapping up, and this one's starting, so how good. But it'll see us through to pretty much Christmas. I think the last round is a week before Christmas.
Oh, okay.
I know
let's see.
Kempe does. Oh, okay. Okay. Let's go back and see what's happened to Merdens here. That looks like.
Oh, he's given up. He's pulled the pin, has he?
Oh, he's just in chat saying, I know Kempe enjoys a lid skid, but that was just rude. So let's see what we can see here for Mertens. This was fairly early in the piece too, to be fair. Yeah, the 98 is in there. Tell you what. Mertens, providing the goods, we have a lid skid.
There we go. I'm happy with that.
We gotta
Unfortunately, Josh
yeah.
isn't. Yeah.
Oh,
Can we see it at slow-mo, maybe an in-car in that car?
yeah, I tell you what, it's got to be done, doesn't it? We'll go here. And see if we can get... Yeah, here we go, on board with Merdens. Wait for the contact. Oh, reverse spin. And there we go, we see Tarmac with some sparks.
One of those KSR cars that went the last car to go through him. That would be a good one to look at, I reckon.
Nope, just, I think that might have been I don't know who that would have been. But anyway, a lid skid. We'll try and get car back on screen for you. Willie McClone sits P3. We've had it all tonight. We've got the lid skid we were after. I don't know if Merdens was too keen on it, but he has provided the goods for the night. Reverse spin at the hands of Michael Kemp. And you can see that you can see a bit of damage to the right front of the car there. So I've pushed in a bit, so you can't hide that, can he?
It must have been Paul McKenzie. Must have been that other car.
Yeah,
I did see a 6 on the car.
yeah, I'd say so. 2 laps down. This possibly could be it. Yeah, well. He's already got heaps of damage, so...
Yeah, maybe click a lap back.
There we go. This will show it here for Mackenzie. Mackenzie's view of it all. Oh, I tell you what. Yeah.
Bit of a lift.
Yeah. That was another quick ride along here with Mackenzie and his view of the situation, and just absolutely sent it. That is one of the big ones.
Yeah, well, we had a lid skid. That was a desire. I mean, it's unfortunate for Josh Merdens. He looks like he has pulled the pin, has he?
Yeah, parked it up, put it back in the trailer, and said that is enough for one night. Meantime, Simmons still leading it out, just around half a second back to Doherty. Willie McClone still holds down that P3. We check out progress. Harding up to 10th, Dilworth up to 12th, and Pluck up to 9th.
Yeah, looks to be about a half a second roughly between each of the top sort of 4 or 5 cars. So they're sort of spread out a little bit now.
Yeah, but one thing that we will get a lot of is lap traffic, especially as they start to spread out more and more. Currently trying to put Brock Mackney a lap down. In fact, yeah, Macney's just gone a lap down to these guys. Paul McKenzie 2 laps down. Rest of the field currently are on the lead lap. Craig Brock is your last car. Dilworth got a pass-through penalty. There you go. Was that for a... Oh, I wonder what happened there. How did he get that? Aaron, do you know? So Dilworth at 12th, and he 9.8 seconds. He's got a lot of work to do. Currently sits behind Michael Kemp at the moment in the 98. So anything could happen there. Dilworth goes up the inside, gets the pass done. Carries on his way. 98 of Kemp sitting behind him. And those guys are going to be in danger shortly of going a lap down as well.
Yeah, well, it doesn't take much to end up a lap down.
Not at all.
I'm surprised there's not more cars a lap down. I mean, Craig Brock is on the cusp of it. Michael Kemp not too far off it. And of course, a pit stop needed, so 46 litres of fuel, I think the guys have got on board.
Okay. Oh yeah, passed. Passing before the line. Oh gee. These look a bit like our a road version of our super saloons almost, eh?
Yeah, kind of Trans Amish looking things, aren't they?
Just how the front is and everything on them. Interesting. But Simmons still your race leader. He's led all 42 laps so far. He has some lap traffic up in front of him of Craig Brock. Corey Crossan, has he made a mistake? He's falling in to the clutches of the 98. Look at that pace from Dilworth. He is cleared off from these guys. So race leader, you can see them not too far back. Bit of work to do for these guys. Harding's down in 9th. As he started off the rear of the field. Approaching the 50 lap mark, almost at the 1/3 stage. The race is absolutely flying by at this point. Simmons, Doherty, he's going to be rubbing his hands together here. He could get an opportunity to put a bit of pressure on the number 11 as they get up into some lap traffic. Simmons is going to want to make easy work of this. The gyro cam is no good. Right, with Simmons here.
Helmet cam.
That'll be a worrying sight, that 98 up in front of him. He won't want to be hanging around here. Craig Brock having a big battle at the moment. These guys trying to stay on the lead lap. Kempy runs it wide. Oh, is there going to be contact? There's nothing in it between those two. Up in front. Oh, look out. Side by side, they were almost rubbing the last time by. A bit more room this time from Brock. And Simmons is on them, so is Doherty.
Yeah, Doherty managing to sort of keep with Simmons thereabouts. He's kept it sort of around that half a second and under.
Yeah,
gap.
Simmons is going to want to get this pass done on Brock, ASAP. He'll look to fire it up the inside. There's no room there. 76 is doing a great job at the moment. Just says, there you go, you can have it. Doherty, easy work. didn't quite play into Doherty's hands like he would have wanted there. Simmons able to get through, just extend that gap a little bit. Willie McLean still sits back in third, 1.3 seconds behind these guys. You see him now, gets past the 98 of Kemp. There's Craig Brock up in front of him. Ewan Baker. It's a bit all by himself at the moment in the 4th spot. Oh, a bit of contact with the fence. 57 laps in the books. You're at Hickory. And we now have 10 cars on the lead lap. Corey Crossing, your last car.
Yeah, you got to wonder when they'll start going through the pits. So they're obviously had enough fuel for 60 laps because they did that in the first race easy enough.
Yep. Okay, so I'm going to say lap 80. Let's see if anyone splits it at lap 80. Halfway point comes in, new tyres, refueled, make it to the end. Some may hang out there to about lap 100. Shorter run home, we'll just have to see how far that fuel gets them, I guess.
Yeah, and tyres, I guess, too. How hard is this track on tyres? It looks pretty bumpy.
Yeah, so they are roughly all about 0.4 seconds a lap slower to their best lap times at the moment. So, best lap time for Simmons, 14.484. And his last time round was a 14.891.
Right.
So tyre haven't lost too much, I would say. Doherty though now is right on the back of the number 11 and applying the pressure. So we saw Simmons get out early. Did he use too much of those tyres up early?
Yeah, did he go too hard too early? We see, yeah, Ben Doherty, what's happened? He's disappeared.
So he's come down pit lane by the looks. Getting that stop done, it seems a bit early. But nonetheless, perhaps looking for an undercut of sorts, maybe.
A small slice of the pie.
Yeah, but it's going to be interesting to see how it will work. Pluck. Now looks like he's having a bit of a battle with Marcus Walker out there in the 45. Just behind. Is that Doherty? Yeah. The number 14. Just trying to sort my dog.
We're on board here with Matthew Clark. He's currently in 6th, so 7 seconds, just about 7 seconds behind Xavier Simmons, who's now got a 4.7 second lead over Ewan Baker. Ewan Baker, he's moved up. Kyle Matthews in 3rd.
Looks like William McLean's come down pit lane as well.
I missed my data.
Here we go, I can bring that up for you now. Doherty, McLean, and yeah, so Doherty and McLean are basically the only ones to stop recently. Simmons 71 laps into his stint. It's quite interesting they've come before the halfway stage of the race. But obviously, oh, Harding, oh! Harding has got himself into a bit of mischief. We'll try and unfold what's happened here for Harding in the Speed Nation instant replay. Let's see what's unfolded. Cole Matthews to his outside. Oh, possibly a bit of contact turns him around. Let's see if we can pick anything up here. Oh yeah, it certainly looked like Cole Matthews possibly making a little bit of contact to the back of that 79. Now Harding, 2 laps down, back in 12th position.
Yeah, find that hard to get back from 2 laps down.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, we've only got 5 cars on the lead lap now. Corey
So that must
Crossan,
mean, has he been on the pit?
who's that, Simmons?
Crossan.
Crossan, no, has not. Neither is Craig Brock. So Craig Brock and Corey Crossan are both a lap down. Cole, Willie McLean, Ben Doherty are first of the drivers to have stopped. And I reckon a couple of laps we'll see Simmons head down pit lane. At number 11. Current race leader. Does this it right now? It is. There you go. So Simmons, race leader, heads down pit lane. Baker is going to take over the lead of the race.
You called it though, didn't you? You said around
halfway.
lap 80. Yep, lap 80. And we would start seeing some cars rolling in, well, more of them. Some have already gone, so of course those are going to mean.
I tell you what.
What's that? What do those numbers mean? So that's how many laps on those set of tyres.
Yeah, so Doherty's managed to get in front of Simmons in that round of pit stops. Well, as he makes contact with the fence there. And the reason for that is he has been setting some fairly quick lap times out there, 14.5s at the moment, and that was enough to get in front of Simmons. And in fact, he's got a massive gap, 2.5 seconds back to Simmons.
Yeah, that is pretty decent, isn't it?
Yeah. So we'll just see how that unfolds. It is Matt Pluck now in the race lead. So something's happened to Baker. He's losing positions pretty quick. The 98. So he heading down pit lane. No, he's just come back out on track, in fact. No, down pit lane. There you go.
We got there in the end.
Yeah, we get it in the end, exactly. 3 cars left out on the circuit yet to stop. Corey Crossan, Stanley and Baker. And Baker now down pit lane. Brady Stanley will take over the lead. Let's see how the mileage goes as far as fuel for Stanley. How many laps can he stay out there? Currently running last time by 14.970. Compare that to the guys who have changed. They are running about 14.6s, 14.5s at the moment. So Doherty, one more car to get past and he'll be back in the race lead. And that is Stanley, the man on your screen. Crossan still out there as well. Yet to stop. So they are certainly stretching this fuel load out. Is it going to be hurting them? I dare say it is. 15.0 last time by for Stanley. Simmons a 14.6, Doherty a 14.6. So they're almost losing half a second a lap here, as you see now, the fresher tyres. Stanley's getting swamped. Cole Matthews goes past him. Kempe now lining up. Marcus Walker will be in behind as well to line up and make the pass.
And Matthew Pluck there now with the fastest lap of the race.
There we go. Pit lane for race leader Doherty. He'll inherit the lead. Simmons in second, 1.3 seconds back, but has 14 lap fresher tyres, 15 lap fresher tyres.
Bit of a buffer, isn't he? Got a bit of a buffer back, Willie McLean from Xavier Simmons. And then he had almost the similar size buffer back to Kyle Matthews in fourth too.
Yeah, so you really see the margin now between first and second. We see Simmons here. He's going to try and make easy work of Paul McKenzie. He's currently 2 laps down, back in P11. Simmons gets up the inside, takes the position away, and that gap now just 1.1 seconds. And Crossan just sets the quickest lap of the race, a 14.361. And that is very close to Pluck's time. Pluck done a 14.366.
Oh, shit. Yeah, no, they are. That's pretty close.
Yeah. Yes, very, very close. And well, Simmons now on an absolute charge to track down the race leader. He had plenty of contact with the fence. Not sure who's making it. So yeah, Kempe in the 98. Going to get to the back of the 113. Kempe is currently down in 13th, 3 laps down. So hasn't been able to find any luck to have a good run here. He's going to get up the inside of Matthews. Pluck. He's going to follow him through and move up into P4. And he's a long way back from Willie McClune now. He's got a fair bit of work to do.
60 laps to go.
Yeah, just like that, 100 laps done and dusted. How much time have we got? 15 minutes. Should get that done.
Easy.
Yeah,
Well, 60 laps, yeah, 15 minutes was the sprint races.
Yeah, true. Yeah, so that should get done nice and easy. Because if you're tuning in for the first time, make sure you hit those follow buttons, turn the notifications on to get notified when we go live. This week, it's tomorrow night. We head to South Boston for those mini stocks, 120 lap race. Should be a fair bit of entertainment. Kiwi Sim Racing hosting that race, and then Sunday night, round number 3 of the full contact mini stock series. We head to I-55 for that one, and they opened it up to 60 cars. It's had some pretty big interest shown on that series, so laps of races been extended a little bit as well, so should be
Full
another
contact. That's enough to get me involved anyway.
Yeah, too right.
You know, chance to take out anybody you ever wanted to take out.
Yeah, yeah, too right. And they see how many X's you can get without getting a black flag. You got to love that. I think round 1, Jack Groenwald amassed 30 penalty points.
Nice.
In the feature race, so yeah, certainly brought the biff.
Now I just got to let the dog back in, mate.
Yep, no dramas. So yeah, head along to our Facebook page for information around that series. Get on my Discord channel if you're in the Twitch. Link right there on my Facebook page. You'll see the posts about the mini stock series. Get yourself in the league, get on the Discord, and get amongst the carnage on a Sunday night. Ben Doherty still holding about a 3/4 of a second lead. Oh, Willie McClune now has just made his way past Simmons, so McClune is on an absolute flyer out there at the moment. Just check out when McClune last came in. It's about the same time as Doherty, so he's found something in that car to get the wheels turning a bit quicker. He's cut that lead down to almost half a second, or just under half a second now. And he is bringing Simmons along for the ride. Any moment now, we're going to see a pass for the race lead from Willie McClune. He's got this car dialed in the closing stages of the big feature race.
Those Sigma import cars today have been to be pretty good on their tyres.
Yeah, they pull out plenty of tricks on race night, and every single one of them are generally amongst the action on the pace. So we see a bit of rubbing going on here. We love it. Rubbing is racing. McClune looking for a way past. Doherty, he's going to get it done this time by the looks. Fires it up the inside. Looks for a bit of grip. Up the inside of the 14 of Doherty. Can he get it done? It's a great race, side-by-side battle for the lead. Simmons, he is going to want to get amongst this. Fires up the inside of Doherty as well. Is he going to take P2 away? He does have the fresher tyres out of both of these guys. Can't quite get it done just yet. Great battle for the lead here. McClune out in front. Simmons still going at it. He's got it done though. It's the pass done on Doherty. You can see Pluck just back in the background there. Can he get to the back of Doherty, get himself on the podium? Baker sits in fifth. Fairway off it. Corey Crossan and Bryce Harding just fighting to stay on the lead lap for now. You see the leaders just in behind them too.
Yeah, it's definitely been an exciting race. Like, there's always something going on.
There you go. Xavier rear-ended Ben and turned him, so he gave the spot back. Right, there you go. There you go. And on the chat there from Merdens. It's a great last name, isn't it? Willie McClune, race leader. From Simmons. And our early race leader, Doherty. Well, our mid-race leader, I guess, Doherty, falls back. After a brilliant job through the pits, managing to get himself into the lead. Since relinquished it to Willie McClune. I'll tell you what, I'm having a hard time with these cars. Willie McClune not in his usual colours. And Xavier Simmons almost looking like Willie McClune colours.
Yeah, that doesn't matter to me. I can tell you that.
It's just another car on track. Oh, Mackenzie. That was a big slide in front of Doherty. What do we got here? We've got 8 cars on the lead lap still. But it's I think to say that things starting to settle down well and truly now. McClune just holds about a 0.4 margin back to Simmons. Doherty certainly starting to struggle on those tyres. He'll just be looking to hold out his fellow Kiwi Sim Racing driver, Matt Clark. It's back and forth. I'll tell you what, this has been pretty good without yellows.
Yeah, it seems like it's gone at the speed that it was meant to go.
Yeah, absolutely. What are we, 20 to 10 race time? 29 laps to go. They will go by fairly quickly, just 7 minutes on the timer. Time certain, but I'd say we're going to get these laps done nice and easy. Brady Stanley sits back in 9th. Marcus Walker in 10th. Everyone's fairly well spread out around the track now. All that cause a bit of a late race spice, possibly, if they could get to the back of Corey Crossan and Bryce Harding. No doubt close the gap right up between the leaders. It's quite interesting, Willie McClune, he came in at the same time that Doherty did, around the same time, and Doherty seems to be struggling a little bit with tyres, whereas Willie McClune, he's done a great job and has a fair bit of pace right now.
Yeah, near on a half-second lead over Xavier Simmons, the Monday night man.
Yeah. Just trying to pick up who that was. Was that McKenzie? It looked like a car. This may have made a bit of contact with the inside wall, possibly. A few wall wounds on that 36. It is still McLean. It's about 0.6 now in front of Simmons. Doherty. Almost 3 seconds now, dropped back from the race leader. I'll tell you what, Matt Clark, I think he is going to get to the back of Doherty before this one is done. Gap closing.
It is, yeah, he's getting closer by the corner, and there's only 4 of them. Well, 2 of them, isn't there?
Yeah, yeah, too right.
He's closed right up, I reckon another lap. He's going to be there.
Yeah, just watching the margins now, just 0.4 in it.
20 laps is a long time to
There
have
we
your
go.
elbows out too.
Sent it.
He's just given it up, has he?
Well, I don't know, that looked like a pretty aggressive move from Pluck. He absolutely sent it up the inside, but yeah, no doubt a bit of chat on the radios. Pluck's certainly carrying a lot more pace at the moment than Doherty, so he says you can have it. Oh, Matt will be happy to get one up on Baker at this stage tonight.
Yeah, he does claim that he only likes to race when Baker's not racing.
Changing the record books tonight, perhaps.
Yeah, well, as you said, getting one over you and Baker for Pluck is definitely up there. He enjoys it, a bit of banter.
Full contact from Liam Wire in the chat. Yeah, get behind it, eh? How good would that be? Turn 1 of a 160 lap race. Just the field pile in and she's all over. We have had a lid skid tonight, so a successful short track racing night, if you ask me.
Yes, yes. We need more lid skids. Anyway, I want to get them to do that in the warm up next time, eh? Just go out there and hit somebody that's pissed you off, eh?
Yeah, just see what they're like at full contact. Perhaps run these in the next full contact series.
Well, we've seen tonight they don't go well head on into tyres.
Yeah.
Kempy.
Too right, and they don't seem to go down the track too well on their roof either, so...
And he's still out there too, Kempy. He's sitting in 12th, 3 laps down. But still battling along.
Dilworth's parked it up.
Yeah, looks to be 3 out. Yeah, now.
Just seen him in chat there. Yeah, hopefully we get a few more cars to the next round. It would make streaming purposes a lot more interesting. Almost fell asleep behind the wheel out there. There you go.
Might need some safety cars to bunch the field back up.
Oh, then we'll spend half the night under it. Maybe just a competition caution.
Oh yeah, that's not bad.
Competition caution when the first car's about to get lapped. Yeah, not enough cars, yeah, agreed. I tell you what, Josh, you're going to have to save it for a week, mate, because he was telling me last night, MotoGP final round is going to be this weekend. the chat's classic at the moment, Liam Wire.
Is that Liam Wire that used to race for HJR? Is that the same Liam Wire? Can you tell me?
He'll tell you. Probably not. He's part of the Sigma crew. Was based out of Gisborne. I don't know if he's Speed Pig. Yeah, that's what I thought the name was. The old school there for you. What were you, Luke? I think it's pretty similar to your name now on Switch. 631R possibly. There's Willie McLean, just 5 laps to go in the feature race. Make that 4, and he is going to stroll to victory quite comfortably here. 1.5 second margin back to Simmons. A lap traffic up ahead, but that may come into play. See how quickly he can work through these. Is he going to run out of laps here, Simmons? Just 2 to go now. For race leader. We go up the inside of the 98. Look out. It's going to get by nice and cleanly. Kempe doesn't want to have anything to do with it this time. White flag in the air for race leader. Willie McLean, he is going to get it done in the feature race. Simmons home in second. And the 51 of Matt Pluck is going to round out your podium. Home in P3. And he is your biggest mover, up 11 spots. Harding up 9. And he finishes in P6. Crossing up 5, McLean up 4, and Dilworth DNF'd up 2. Makes the biggest mover list. How good. the round of applause goes up. Oh, classic. Right, we'll get your results up on screen for the feature race. It is Willie McLean. Pretty comfortable in the end, 1.5 seconds back to Simmons. Pluck, 5.1 seconds further back. And you can see the rest of the list there. Cole Matthews, your last car on the lead lap, comes home P7. Of course, John Warburton, Caleb Beecroft did not start the race. And Josh Murdens may as well have not started it.
Yeah, well, 5 laps is all he got in, wasn't it?
Yeah, but he gave us the lid skid for the night, so all is not lost.
Yeah, there should be some sort of point scheme in there for anybody who ends up on their lid. Like, they just get some night points just for that.
Yeah, give him the championship lead. To be fair, I'd get behind that. Lid skids get you the lead in the championship.
We could just start our own championship, and the more lid skids,
the better.
The better.
Yeah, too right. The more DNFs throughout the season, the more
I don't
likely.
Know. Yeah, let's get on the roof, get back on the wheels, and keep going.
Yeah. Here for entertainment, Murdens reckons. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm not sure if any of these guys are going to come through and have a chat with us. Corey, what are we, 10 to 10? Mate, what are you thinking? Are we just going to wrap things up?
I reckon we go to wrap it up, get out of here.
Wrap it up, close the shop, and get on with the night. Well, you heard it from him. Here, round 1 of the short track series. Cheers to everyone who did tune in. Of course, round 2. Where are we heading next week? Can you remember, Corey? Kern Raceway. Time to get yourselves entered. It does pop up on the hosted servers, so make sure you get yourself involved next Monday night. Give us a reason to turn up and stream the event. But from us tonight here in the comms box, again, cheers everyone for tuning in. Cheers Corey for coming along for the call, mate. I know it's a bit unusual for you tonight, not having all the data that you normally do, but mate, top job nonetheless. We got through it.
Yeah, hopefully Devon comes out and sorts me out for next round so I can have some live data. Yeah. That it definitely makes the job a little bit easier, being able to see lap times and when people were in the pits and stuff like that.
Yeah, too right. But make sure you tune in tomorrow night, folks. The round 2 of the Drive to Survive series, brought to you by KSR, will be coming at you from South Boston. Mini stocks, 120 lap race. Get amongst it, tune in. We'll be live from 8:20 ish. Until then, enjoy the rest of your Monday, folks.